All right, it is time for the 13th update here with our KMC Wheels Fishgistics coverage of the Baja 1000, presented by 4 Wheel Parts and fueled by F&L Racing Fuel, all throughout the night tonight. Like I said, so 13th update. It is now 11 p.m. and it is time to go live again and tell you guys what's going on with the race. Hopefully you guys are still awake. It looks like there's quite a few of you guys still on here, so a lot of you are going to hang in with us tonight. See if we can make it to the finish here. I think it's still going to be about 5 hours or so until the finish, maybe 4. We'll see, something like that. Just all depends on how this last section goes. That we did have I think between the last update and this update, we had a little lead change. If you guys saw there, the Ampudia truck, the number 10, had a jack problem. Luke McMillan was able to get around him, and they were able to make a pass. So going over and looking at the leaderboard, we can see the 83 is now in front. First on the road, first physical, first on time, first everything. Luke McMillan is now winning the Baja 1000. He is followed by Alan Ampudia, who is now second. So they had a flat tire, Alan Ampudia did. The onboard jacking system didn't work. They kept driving until they found someone to help them. I don't know, maybe they don't have a backup jack on there, or they didn't want to stop. They thought they could keep going or something. But they definitely lost quite a bit of time because Luke was able to reel him in and then get ahead of him. And as you can see, Luke has a gap now of 6:14 to 6:01. Luke's already got they haven't updated in 7 minutes, so he's probably got about a 5-mile gap or so once that updates again. So little action at the front there for you guys. You never know what's going to happen this race till it's over. Then look who is sneaking up behind those two, the number 11. We haven't really talked too much about the number 11 today. They started pretty far back because they had a bad Baja 400, so they started back pretty far on time. Now they're working their way up. Old Rob McCackern, little Baja. He's been in Baja a few times. He knows what to do. Don't push too hard in the beginning. Save the truck. Make sure you got some truck for at the end so you can push pretty hard if you have to. Well, Rob McCackern is going to have to turn it on now because he is at mile 567 and Luke is at 614. So you can see he's got quite a big gap to make it up to Luke here. But it's Rob McCackern. Nothing is impossible. And he started, I was just looking at the entry list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots behind Luke. So Rob McCackern has 6 minutes to finish behind Luke to get the win. So when Luke finishes, if he finishes first, Rob Mack, if he finishes within 6 minutes, Rob wins. Otherwise, he finished behind Luke. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we will look. We'll talk more about that later once we get a little closer to the finish. We still got a long ways to go. They got 200 miles to go. They're at mile 600 right now. The race is 800 miles long. So they got about another 4 hours to go is my guess. So that would put us about 3 o'clock, right back to where I had initially thought that the race was going to finish, right at 3 o'clock. So we're looking pretty good. We'll see what the average speed is at this next section, though. So if you guys are just joining us earlier today, the big news was the Andy McMillan truck with Bryce Menzies driving was out front after they got around Arciero. They rolled it in the Mike section. Bryce did. It was on its lid for a while. It took him a while to get out of there and get going again. So that's why the 31 is not up front. They are going again, though, now. You can see him back here. Andy McMillan is in the truck now. He is driving. They're still going for the championship, so they do want to get a good finish here. They're going to have to see what happens with Luke, though. Depending on where Luke finishes and then how many cars are in between them, they might get the championship. They might not. It's way too much math to do at 11 o'clock for our 13th hour, so you guys can try and figure it out. We'll figure it out later once we're getting closer to the finish, maybe. So in between them, like I said, it's the 11. Then the 76, Jesse Jones. So Toby Price, if you just saw, Cameron was in the pit. Kind of good or bad cell phone service out there, so it's kind of breaking up a little bit. But big thanks to Cameron for going live. He was in the Tisco pit where they just did the driver change. Nasser Alatia is now in the number 76. So Nasser's driving to the finish. Toby Price did a hell of a job getting it there. His first time ever driving the truck was just a couple days ago. He had probably like 30 miles, not even 30 miles, probably 10 miles in that truck driving it. And Toby Price just went 540 miles and brought it there in 4th position after starting way in the back. So good job, Toby Price. He kept the truck clean. He did what he was supposed to do. He got it to Nasser. Now Nasser is in for his first race in Baja ever in a trophy truck, in an all-wheel drive trophy truck for his first time. Let's see how he does. The guy's won a few Dakars, so he's obviously a very good driver. Hopefully he keeps it smooth and gets it to the finish. I could see them getting a podium finish for sure because they have time on Rob Mack. We'll talk more about that later towards the finish. All right, what other updates you guys want to see this hour? There's still quite a few of you guys on here, it looks like, so we'll give you guys some other classes. Let's look at the trophy truck spec. That's people are already asking. So no change here. AJ Jones, it's Jesse Jones' kid. He's been in the lead all day. It was Brock Heeger driving it earlier. Austin Jones is now in the truck, still in the lead. Behind them, Sarah Price, been there all day. She is driving. She's trying to do the whole thing herself, so I assume she's still in. I haven't seen them really stop, so I don't think they did a driver change. So she's still in there. Jeff Bader, this is new. Okay, so the 261 has moved up. The 299 has dropped back, it looks like, because the 299 was in third most of the day when we were watching it earlier. So it looks like the 299 might have had a problem. Behind them is Andrew Entwistle. He's actually that's the Hellhound truck from Texas. These are really cool guys. We do tracking for them too. They're having a really good run. Actually, they're in fourth place right now, or fifth place in the trophy truck spec class. So good for those guys. Hopefully they can have a good run to the rest of the finish. And let's see what else we got going on here. Let's go look at the forced induction UTVs. Let's see if Wayne Matlock's still out front. Yep, he's been out front all day. So he is still the same out front. Craig Scanlon, he's been in second for a while. The Justin Lambert, one of our Monster Energy athletes. We're checking in on the Monster Energy athletes during all of our updates. So this is currently the best Monster athlete that I believe we have out there. Is going to be Justin Lambert right here. And then back to Mark Brunette. He might be up there too. His tracker hasn't been working very good today. So he's another one of our Monster Energy athletes we've been tracking. So he's probably in the top 5 in the Pro UTV class or so. The let's see, the naturally aspirated UTVs. Caden Wells is still holding off Kristen Matlock. So that's been the same all day. They got to gap those two back to the next one. Caden Wells, then Kristen Matlock back to the 1902, who is at 0 miles an hour. Looks like at a pit at San Mateus there on the highway. So they're in the pit there. That's that one. Everybody always asks about the Bronco every update. Let's go look. The Bronco was getting beat last time we checked, and they still are. So Darren Skilton in the boot is out front, and then Cameron Still is 0 miles an hour again, the Bronco. So the Broncos definitely having a rough day. Let's just say that they've been stopped quite a few times. They're still in their class. You know, the other class car isn't very far ahead of them, so anything could still happen. I mean, if they can get going again. But literally where they're broke right now is the shittiest spot you could possibly be broke in all of Baja. So I don't know if let's see if there's other cars there. Okay. So it looks like they're actually in a bottleneck right now. So let's check it out. I just turned all the cars on. Yeah. Okay, here's our first real bottleneck that I've seen. So it looks like the BC car or the 2910. Now, these 29s, these are UTVs that are four-wheel drive. So when you see UTVs are in a bottleneck, you know it's very bad because they could just drive anywhere they want to, except there's nowhere to drive here besides the course. Literally, like the race course right here is not even as wide as your car. It's that wide, and there's one lane with huge rocks, mountains, and cliffs everywhere. So if someone breaks in the middle or someone can't make a hill, there's nobody going around until that car's out of the way. You either push that car off the side of the cliff or you pull them one way or the other. That's the only way you get around right here. I pre-ran this whole section myself, so let me tell you guys, this section is no joke. This is real Baja. This is the literally the last place you want to be stuck in Baja. There's no way out of here either. There's no access roads. There's nothing. There's the race course. Maybe you can get a helicopter to come lift you out because that's about the only way you're going to get out of here. This is that loop that they cut out at the Baja 400 because it was so gnarly. So, that tells you if they cut this out at the 400, going the other way, they ran at this race, which it was passable. We made it through it really slowly, but you can see there's a big bottleneck right there. So if you guys are waiting for one of those cars here in this, it's going to be a while probably. So that's where the Bronco is right now. So I'll have to check on the Bronco for you guys. Like we said earlier, the bike class, the 1X was your winner. They won everything, the race, the championship, all that stuff. So let's see what happened to BJ. BJ Baldwin blew a transmission. He is out. He broke at mile, 150 or something like that, somewhere over there on the coast earlier today, and that was what happened to BJ. So any other class you guys want to see before we sign off? We're gonna keep it going. Don't worry, we're not done. We'll keep it going. Let's go look at the front again real quick. So the front is up here, 83. See Luke McMillan. Like I said, that is Luke McMillan in the truck now. Larry Rossler drove earlier. He's out, and this is Luke in here. So that's there. Alan and Pudia there. Oh, yeah, Class 1, we forgot to look at them. Let's go look at Class 1. they're a ways back on this one. So all of you guys that always love to say how fast the Class 1 cars are and they're going to win overall, yeah, tell me about it again. A Class 1 will never win a big race overall again. I mean, just look. The lead Class 1 is at mile 483. That's almost like, what is that, over 100 miles behind the lead trophy truck. And this car hasn't even had problems today that I've seen. They've just been running. And the 105 didn't have problems. They've just been running. So, yeah, Class 1s are cool, but they're not going to beat the trophy trucks in a Baja race or any big race ever again, unless they let the Truggy race, which they won't because they can't. So Brendan Gaughan is first, 162, followed by Mason Cullen, who we talked to his co-driver Brian Busby earlier. Then the 129, Brandon Bailey, is third in Class 1. While we're looking, we can show you the Class 10s. Look at the Class 10s are even beating the Class 1s almost. So the first Class 10 car is the 1062, is 451, and they're at 483. Probably beating them on time. So the 10 car might be beating the Class 1s on time. So somebody says 162 was stuck and lost reverse. Okay, so they had a problem and they lost reverse. I don't think the 105 had many problems today. I did see they were stuck real quick and had to be pulled backwards one spot. So anyways, that's your Class 10. So it's 1062, 1016, and the 1008, Chase Warren, 1022, 1075, and then Brad Wilson has not got going again. So big bummer for Brad. He didn't get in the car yet. He was waiting to get in over here at San Felipe. So bummer for Brad. I don't know if the Wilsons are going to be able to fix it. The other Wilson car, not a good race for the Wilsons. The other Wilson car is stuck in the shittiest part of Baja, also up here by Mike's. They're moving 1.9 miles an hour, so they're lucky to even be going that up there. So bummer for the Wilsons. Doesn't look like this is going to be their race, but they'll be back. I know Brad is getting a new car for next year too, so he's pretty stoked on that. So it's 162 moving. Yeah, it looks like they're moving. They were moving last time we checked. Someone says, did 1A finish the quad? I don't know. Let's go look. Let's see if we can find a quad. I don't even see any quads on here. There's 22A. No, it looks like 1A is over here. So 1A has not finished. They are at mile 673, and the 22A is ahead of the 1A. So that's probably your lead quad right there, unless one of these other ones that's hidden is a quad, which I don't know all the quad guy. Oh, 100A. There you go. So 100A, that looks like it's your lead quad probably now at mile 737. That's going to be your first quad. All right. All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for this one. We will check on some more classes the next update. It's going to be a few more hours at least, another 4 or 5 hours until we get a finisher. So hang in there with us. We will be back live again at midnight. We'll see you guys at midnight. Thanks KMC Wheels, 4-Wheel Parts, F&L Racing Fuel, Rigid Industries, Alpha Distribution, Michelob Ultra, Hostile, PCI, and Monster Energy. They're the ones that make it worth it for us staying up, bringing you these updates all night. So big thanks to them. And, Class 11, a couple of people asked. Okay, hang on, guys. We'll show you real quick. Class 11, they're still moving. They are at mile 230, not moving. So first one's not moving. Second one's not moving at mile 228. The other one's not tracking. Yeah, going to be a long night for the Class 11s, guys. I don't know if any of them are going to make it much farther, but they'll probably try. But they're all at 0 miles an hour right now, so I don't know. Tough race for the Class 11s. All right. See you guys back at midnight.
Holiday savings start now at 4-Wheel Parts. Get dialed for the season with wheel and tire packages starting at $7.99. Leveling kits for $2.99 install. Gear packages for $6.49. And free installation on tonneau covers, side armor, programmers, and batteries. Visit 4WP.com today and check out the 4-Wheel Parts Holiday Gift Guide to see all of our holiday savings and specials. Looking to buy a gift for someone? For every $50 spent on a 4WP gift card, you're automatically entered to win a $5,000 4WP gift card for yourself. 2 other lucky customers will win a $2,500 or $1,000 4WP gift card. The Do Your Gift Right sweepstakes runs from November 4th through December 25th. 4WP's holiday savings are here at all 95 4-wheel parts stores nationwide, where we install everything we sell. Find your local store or shop online at 4WP.com.
Rigid brought you the world's first patented curved light bar. Now, it just got smaller, slimmer, and smarter with the Rigid RDS SR Series Pro. This compact single-row light bar conforms to modern looks and projects more lighting to get you further. Boasting a compact design, gentle curve, and the same proven rigid quality, the RDS SR Series Pro is a new, sleek, and sophisticated way to own the night.